Human rights, the foundation cemented in our history, paving the way for humans to live a fair and just life. But when do we receive those rights? Is it when we take our first gasp of air? Or is it at the moment of conception? Science proves life begins at conception, so why are we allowing unborn children to be murdered? Today I'm going to explain to you why we need to make abortion illegal in the United States for every reason except for fatal health problems. I'm going to explain to you why science proves life begins at conception, why abortion is a modern-day socially accepted genocide of humans without voices, and I'm going to explain to you why unborn children deserve the same rights as children born. Now, let's begin with the complexity that is human life. Humans have debated for many years when life truly begins. Well, that debate has been put to rest as technology advanced to a point where we can see the exact moment sperm meets ovum. Dr. Keith Elmore, a Stanford Collegiate Vocational Institute alumni, who has a PhD in clinical anatomy and has been awarded the 2007 Henry Gray Distinguished Educator Award, has this to say about the conception of humans. The development of humans begins at the union of male and female gametes or germ cells during the process of fertilization. We have ultrasound technology showing us the exact moment the two cells join together and subsequently multiply. That proves that human life begins at conception. Life doesn't begin when we choose to. It's not a choice. Science proves in the first month, baby's heart and lungs begin to develop. The arms, legs, brain, spinal cord, and nervous system all begin to form as well. This is a fact, and this can be observed many times. With all of these distinguishing features that make us human forming in the first month, you cannot deny that life has already begun. Life is special and it should be cherished through each stage of life, pre-birth, birth, and even into the future years. Life should never be ended to accommodate one's self-centered motives. When this happens after you were born, it is called murder. Let me ask you a few questions. Does a child have the ability of life? Do you think the child wants to live if it has the choice? Does a child have the ability to be loved? Then why is abortion not murder? These statements can be applied to anyone living today, so why is the deciding factor in or outside the womb? This makes abortion a modern-day, socially accepted genocide of people without voices. The Guttmacher Institute, the leading researcher organization committed to sexual and reproductive health in the United States and the world, who is partnered with Johns Hopkins School of Public Health, the World Health Organization, and Columbia University, revealed that in 2017, 881 babies were aborted in the United States alone. In 1941 to 1945, 6 million people lost their lives for having a voice. If current trends continue in the United States, we can match those numbers with humans without voices. There has to be a good reason why people are choosing abortion over any other option, right? Well, in the same survey taken by Guttmacher Institute showed that 92% of 1,200 women, post-abortion women, chose to have the abortion because they were mistakes or to accommodate one's self-centered motives. 7.5% of those abortions were because of fatal health or physical health problems, and 0.5% of those abortions were because of being rape victims. Life should not end because of the careless actions we take in our lives. Sexually active individuals are choosing the socially accepted easy way out of unplanned pregnancy versus any other option of supporting life. If you need help, there are people out there that will help. Talk to your hospital's social worker. They will help you find a loving family that will help love and care for the child. The child deserves to be nurtured. They deserve this right. Every human deserves rights, no matter how big, small, born or unborn. Everyone deserves human rights. But there are still people out there who would disagree with that and would say that unborn babies do not deserve the same rights as you and I. Their argument is that unborn babies do not have the capability of having thought. Well, Patricia Kuhl, a neuroscientist at the University of Washington and professor of speech and hearing, would have to disagree with that statement based upon her research findings. In her research, she was able to find that babies inside the womb can recognize words and tones of voices. This shows that the baby can receive information and process that information with actions. This proves that the babies are capable of thought inside the womb and makes that argument invalid. Another argument I hear quite often is that it's the woman's body. So it is her choice to do with what she wants. Well, that is partially correct. Yes, the woman's body is hers, but the body inside her body is not just hers. Just because you are carrying a human inside of you does not make you judge, jury, and executioner. You can say that without the baby being inside of you, it wouldn't survive. True, but the baby's not going to survive several years after birth without you. You need to feed it, clean it, and nurture it. Just because the baby is born and then outside the womb, do you get to kill it just because it costs too much money? Or because it takes up too much time? No. So they deserve that right to live. We need to allow unborn children the same rights as children who are born. Irresponsible people are taking advantage of our system that we created to erase the problems that they have created themselves. Unborn children deserve better than this. No one is ready to be a parent. That should never be a reason to end life. I am here today because we need to make abortion illegal. Life begins at conception. If we do not allow abortions to become illegal, we are simply allowing a socially accepted genocide to take place. And we need to allow unborn children the same rights as children born. Now, I challenge you. Next time you get a chance to vote for a law or for a politician, vote for pro-life. I will not be part of a group of people who can morally justify killing children. Will you? And with that, I thank you.